Hi, everybody. Happy almost 4th of July. Now, listen, I know it's July 3rd. It's probably like the worst time to do this live. I wanted to do a YouTube live to talk through my routine, to answer questions of anybody who's on YouTube and maybe not on Instagram or Facebook or every other social media platform about our products for the sale. But regardless if anybody's here, obviously I can do this now, save it, have it up, you can see it, you can shop the sale with confidence. I am gonna talk about the sale briefly, and then I'm gonna jump in because I've already cleansed my face and I got nothing on my face, so I wanna get the product on the faccia. 25% off all skincare. So excludes gift cards and fragrances. You cannot stack it with rewards, etc., because it is such a big discount, but it is an automatic code, 25% off all skincare directly on our site. That also applies to everywhere we ship. So US, Canada, UK, Australia, New Zealand, France, Germany, Italy. We ship globally. There's, I think, roughly like 13 or 14 countries we cannot ship to just because of regulations within that country. That's the only reason, unfortunately, out of our hands. But no code needed. Shop till you drop at Jordan Samuel Skin. So this routine, I did not make this live this way. However, it is working out to be this way. I have 3 products that are my ride or dies that for the most part I can use. 2 I can use throughout the year, no questions asked. 1, debatable. However, they are my life-saving if I mess up my skin, if I push the skin too much, if I do too much, and guess what? I did too much to the skin. Surprise. And really I didn't, but it was enough to do. I did a leave-on acid, and it was a leave-on acid of 10%, of a gentle acid, but it was still enough to mess up my skin. And I know my skin. The reason we came out with Mandelic exfoliating mask is because of this issue. I think I'm still trying to be like, no, there has to be, but this is the thing. Do what I say, not what I do, right? Because do what I say, not what I do. Because I will tell you that, like, don't go chasing waterfalls. So if you are using acids and like your skin's not getting on with it, I'm gonna tell you to cut acids. If you're using retinol and you're not using, or if you're using retinol and you're not getting on with retinol, I'm gonna tell you to cut retinol. I don't do that because I'm a jackass. Why? I don't know, but here we are with the issue. So use an acid, a leave-on acid. Like, I can do a rinse off, I can do a mask, I can do Joanna Vargas exfoliating mask, I can do our mask. There's a handful of exfoliating products I can talk about. I can do a really light scrub, but I used a leave-on acid. Wasn't the best thing. So what did I do to fix that? Ride or Die Matinee Cream Cleanser. This is our Goldilocks cleanser. This is something that I always say that if anybody asked me, except for somebody with extreme active acne, said, what cleanser do you recommend? I can blindly say Matinee Cream Cleanser. It works from oily, combination, dry, dehydrated, sensitive. It might not be your perfect cleanse or your most favorite cleanse, but it could work for you, and that is why it's our Goldilocks cleanser. It is a pH that's set between 5 and 5.5. Lovely. Skin loves to be comfortable around 4.5 to 5.5, so that's perfect. It is a traditional cream cleanser with your sesame seed oil and rosehip oil. You can use it on dry hands, dry face, wet hands, wet face. Remove it with a washcloth, simply rinse. So if you're really sensitive with rosacea or other things, you don't have to use a washcloth. It's going to remove very light makeup. It will remove your SPF when used with our skincare cloths, which is what I did tonight. Just one cleanse, good amount of this, dry hands, dry face, warm, wet Jordan Samuel skincare microfiber cloth, remove it, et voila. Gentle cleansing, non-stripping, non-dehydrating. This is my go-to. It's the unsung hero, I think, of our line and certainly of our cleansers, because Matinee Gel and After Show Sensitive, they get all the love. Matinee Cream gets some love. It doesn't get all the love. And this is my, like, 365. I can use this in the middle of winter. I can use it in the middle of summer. Love. But tonight, I absolutely knew I needed it. Now, I'll get back to that, but because I truly have nothing on my face right now. I've cleansed, one cleanse, microfiber cloth. I'm going in with antioxidant treatment emulsion. This is a product that you can use AM or PM. I use it both. I love it. This is another one that's a 365 for me. Middle of winter, middle of summer. It depends on what I'm gonna layer it with the season. So I'm gonna obviously use maybe an extra layering step during the winter. Use less during the summer, obviously. But I am somebody who is extremely, and has been always and forever. This is not a new thing for me. It is not a sensitivity because I'm sensitive to something else, but I'm very topically sensitive to ascorbic acid. I have used it in our treatment room, my treatment room, for years and years and years. Saw the results on clients' face, loved it. Love how it was a great insurance policy underneath their SPF. Love how it helped with pigmentation. Would use it on my skin would immediately flush, turn red, feel hot, burn. I've used ones in different percentages. I've used ones in different preservative systems. I've even used different alternatives, and I can use certain alternatives. I still get the warm feeling. I might not get the redness, but that is why I created antioxidant treatment emulsion. So this is a combination of, it's more than 4, but the 4 powerhouse ones in here are 3% niacinamide, resveratrol, astaxanthin, and fermented brown rice. These are helping to even the skin tone, helping with light pigmentation. It's not going to be helping with aggressive pigmentation like a high percentage L-ascorbic acid would, or things like kojic acid, alpha-arbutin, etc., but it can help with light pigmentation. It certainly helps with pink and red in certain skin tones. We have the redness peptide in here. So helping to bind water to the skin, but also helping with visible redness in the skin. You also have blue-green algae, walnut extract, hibiscus extract, an ingredient called L22 that helps with keeping the barrier nice and healthy and happy, a very happy lipid layer. In aloe base, you have squalane, broccoli seed oil. This baby is jam-packed. But I love it. I put it face, neck, and eye. I don't need to do, it just feels so good. I'm gonna do like a baby layer. I know because I'm talking, I usually do this on the YouTube lives because my routine usually would be a little bit more efficient than this. I would have cleansed, immediately put product on my face, and then immediately followed up with eye or moisturizer or whatever I'm using. But because I'm gonna sit and talk you through this, I might go a little indulgent. This is not something that you would need to do at home. You would not need to use this much product. But what I love about this, and the reason we call it an emulsion, is, I'll show you on the back of my hand, is this is a serum. It is created as a serum. It is formulated as a serum. It is designed as a serum. We went with emulsion because if you can see, compared to other serums, it has a very light, lotiony quality, but it's not a lotion. It is not your moisturizer. For an extremely oily skin, no sign of surface dryness, no sign of surface dehydration, and true oily rich skins, this could be your one and done. This could be serum, moisturizer, you pop on, you could even go around the eye, pop on your SPF, you're good to go. Even for me, sometimes in the summer, in the really hot, humid days, it's enough. But it's just, think of it as a lightly nourishing serum. But that is why we went with the word emulsion. Not to trick anybody, it's not an extra step in your routine. I'm putting more on. It's not to, you don't need a serum plus this is your serum. This is definitely almost a less is more product, not an extra step for you. But we just thought emulsion was a great word because when you get it out of the bottle, for some people that are used to a more liquidy serum, they're gonna be like, oh, this has a little more oomph to it. However, if we'd called it like a lotion or a moisturizer, people are gonna say like, oh, this is a little like, I feel like I need more in terms of moisture content. So that is antioxidant treatment emulsion. That for me is going to help with sensitivity. 3% niacinamide, 2 to 5% niacinamide is the sweet spot. People have had, me included, our chemist begged when we started creating this product, niacinamide was not on my short list. It was not in my blueprint. It was our chemist who was like, put niacinamide in there, do it at 3%, do it at 2%, I don't care, put it in there. We had from probably 2017, 16, 17 to 2020, 2021, 10%, 20% niacinamide serum products, moisturizers. It was too much. We were getting irritated. We all thought we hated niacinamide. It was in everything. 3%. 2 to 5% is the sweet spot. It helps with the appearance of pores. It can help with pink and redness in certain skin tones. It is great for the barrier. It is great for overall skincare health. We just had, it's sort of like growing up and you think you hate broccoli, or no, Brussels sprouts. I feel like Brussels sprouts was something back in the day that like I hate it. They were never cooked right. Then when I had them, you know, roasted and they got that sort of almost like slightly burnt quality, I was like, oh, I actually really love Brussels sprouts. I've not had a proper Brussels sprout. Maybe something like cabbage too. I now have like a sauteed cabbage. There's this beautiful Szechuan restaurant down the street from us that has this delicious cabbage. If you told me that back in the day, I'd be like, no, because I had some, you know, watered down, mushy cabbage. That to me is sort of how we were intro to niacinamide. And it was like, this is irritating my skin. This is not right for my skin. Whole new place now, whole new place. Okay, I'm gonna put on my glasses for a second. We're gonna continue the routine. The routine is not done. I just wanna make sure I didn't. Hi, 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 hi. Hello, hello, hi everybody. I love our intimate YouTube lives together. I need to do more. I know I say this every time. YouTube lives are easy, because easy in the sense that I can sit here, I can chat, we have interaction, and then the saving process, the editing process takes 2 seconds. It's the longer form content that takes longer to do, to upload, etc. And I have so many videos up over the years. I think I started posting in 2015, 2016. There's a ton of content for people to absorb, but I still need to come out with the fresh content. This is not something that would 100% go in my routine every night, which you think it would, but I'm more of, I don't always do a twice a day eye product. I know there's always something around my eye. So like tonight I did antioxidant treatment emulsion around my eye. I'm also gonna do the moisturizer around the eye. So I don't always go in with an eye product, but it has been a busy week. So we just got back from Italy less than 2 weeks ago. It's been a week and a half. And in that time, we started our summer sale. I had the second part of a root canal. We got back to the grind of working out, of having the cats wake us up. And then we've had friends in town this week. So like sleep has not been a thing. Good rest has not been a thing. Performance eye gel to the rescue. One of our best sellers, I think it's number 2 seller in Cult Beauty in the UK. Not that high in the US, but very high. It's a bestseller. But this eye gel is magic. So if you are not familiar with this eye gel, when I went to the chemist, so actually every single, this is saying something. I love all of our products, but not every product has the same chemist. Every single product that is on my face tonight, including the matinee cream cleanser, then antioxidant treatment emulsion, and now the eye gel, and then what I'm gonna finish with, all the same chemist. Her and I did these together. But I went to her with the eye gel, and the reason I wanted an eye gel was I have extremely sensitive eyes. And I also run hot a lot of the time. I get sweaty, especially in the spring and summer. Long story long, product migrates up my face into my eye area. So eye creams that tend to be a little bit more oily rich, a little bit balm-esque, even silicone-y, they will easily slide around on my face and migrate up into my eye area, making my eyes watery, puffy, etc. So I knew I wanted a gel. However, I had tried gels on the market and I always felt like they were so close, but I just needed a little more hydration, especially around the eye area. So with the Performance Eye Gel, instead of Now, we didn't want to be jack of all trades, but I just wanted a well-rounded, hydrating, plumping, illuminating eye product. So if you're fighting deep lines and wrinkles, you might look to another eye product. However, if you want this sort of black dress of little cocktail black dress of eye products, something you can use every morning, every night. It's gonna hydrate, it's gonna plump, it's gonna illuminate, it wears well under makeup. That is this. But we went in with everything that is really known to help the eye area without sensitizing the eye area, which can get sensitive extremely quickly. So this is a glycerin base. It also has green tea, it has caffeine, it has peptides, it has golden chamomile, it has chrysanthemum, it has ethically sourced mica from the state of Georgia. And what I love about that, and if you've seen me before, I do this all the time, I'm gonna do it again. The mica, it is temporary, but what I love is you get that light reflective quality. So with the light on right now and putting this on, you're gonna see that light reflective quality. So if you did not sleep well, if you suffer from puffiness and dark circles, this is going to help that temporarily until you remove the product. But the great thing is it's helping temporarily while the other stuff, the peptides, the chamomile, the green tea, the caffeine, the glycerin, all of that is doing the long-term work over time. So you get sort of the benefits of like, oh, my eye area, as you can see, looks so much better than it did when we started. Yes, when I remove it, it's gonna go away, but over time, those ingredients are gonna help the eye area, help those fine lines, those crow's feet, help with puffiness. But so I'm rubbing this product in to make sure it's in, and you will see that light reflective. So compared to here, and that is what I love, because that, and also being a gel, a silicone-free hydrating gel, this is amazing underneath concealer, underneath foundation. And that to me is the best thing. There is no eye product on the market that is going to help with, they will help with dark circles, they will not be a permanent solution for dark circles. This might give that initial luminosity, and because of that mica and because of that light reflective quality, you might look like your dark circles are less, but again, temporarily, we're being honest here. But then you put the concealer on top, that is the best thing you can do for dark circles. But I love this product, and I know it is my husband's. It's one of, it might actually be his favorite product in the line. He's on the live. Lexi, you're on the live. Wait, I gotta put the eyes, I'm telling y'all, the eyes, my God. That color. Love the Performance Eye Gel. It's light but substantial. Lisa, I love that. It's exactly that. Oh my God, I'm slipping out. Lexi, not much. I did the cleanse beforehand, which I gave up doing the cleanse on the lives a year ago because our bathroom, it's lovely here, but it is a New York City apartment bathroom. It is tiny, it is tight. The lighting is bad, and then I have to shift over here. I've tried to do it here with a bowl of water. It's been a sloppy mess. There's water, I mean, there's already water down my shirt, but we've given up on that. So we did the cleanse prior. We talked about the sale that is happening. We went in, Lexi, with our favorite antioxidant treatment emulsion, and then we just did eye gel. Now this is the surprise that you would not normally, that's not true. I'm getting drier as the years go on. So I always talk about moisture recovery cream being my fall, winter, and a little bit of spring moisturizer. It's now becoming solidly fall, winter, spring, and a touch of summer. I think in a few years it's gonna be 365 with matinee cream and antioxidant and the eye gel. But because I use that leave-on acid, and Lexi and I have been talking about this too, where this is an important thing though, too. I do it because I try to humor myself. I try to think about new products we're creating, but don't let people saying you need an acid in your routine. No, you don't. You need a retinol in your routine. No, you don't. If you really want to talk about need, is sunscreen. Yes, you should absolutely cleanse yours. If you want nice, lovely skin, yes, there are certain things you should do, But really, when you come down to bare bone basics, we're talking cleanse, moisturize, and sunscreen, with sunscreen being obviously something that's going to help reduce the possibility of skin cancer. It's going to help with pigmentation. It's going to help with sensitivity. But like at the end of the day, do you even need that? No, your skin will be messed up. But so don't let people bully you into thinking you need something. Trial and error and your opinion all matters most in skincare. You might like a texture of a product better than X, even though it's, maybe something that people have like looked down their nose at or whatever it is. But for me, because I tried this acid, because I'm not good with leave-on acids, we know that, but it's like strike 52 at this point, you're out. I'm gonna keep trying. We're going with Moisture Recovery Cream. So globally, one of our best sellers as well. This now comes in, it used to be in a 50 ml tube, baby steps here, it's a 60 ml tube, but it now matches the Performance Cream tube. It's 32.7% PCR content. It is this lovely matte tube. And this is just, I love this. It is a very straightforward but impactful moisturizer. It is squalane, glycerin, shea butter, 0.5% ceramide, NG, triglycerides, fatty acids. It is fragrance-free, essential oil-free, active-free, aromatic extract-free. And I point out that 0.5% ceramide NG. It's not a ceramide complex. It is straight up 0.5% ceramides. And I really believe that when people say, oh my God, my skin is so much less dry, the surface dehydration, those fine little dehydration lines we get from cleansing our skin or being in heating or being in air conditioning, they just disappear. Because those topical surface dehydration lines, those are not fine lines and wrinkles. So you can absolutely get rid of those with a really great moisturizer, with something that's really helping reduce transepidermal water loss in the skin. That is not fine line, wrinkle, loss of volume, etc. That is just surface dehydration and dryness in the skin. But so many people talk about they have a 2% ceramide complex, and I'm not talking down on it, but a 2% ceramide complex does not mean 2% ceramides. It means they put 2% of that complex in. So if, let's say there's 5% of ceramides in that complex, and then they only put 2% of that in the formula, I don't do the math quickly and well, but it's less than 0.5%. So 0.5% straight up of ceramides, and one that works well with the skin, has lovely research, ceramide NG. It just had, oh my God, this feels so good. God, this feels good. I don't need more, but I'm putting more on because it just feels good. And if you have been on the moisture recovery cream train, you'll know what I mean. It just feels so good, especially if your skin is being bitey. Now this is a thick, rich bitch cream. So I do not feel bad about warming it up on your fingertips or in the palm of your hands. It is rich and it is thick. It is not going to absorb into your hands. But what that does, it allows you to take a really little amount, warm it up, makes it more spreadable. You get way more bang for your buck, and you're not just taking a thick amount and having to put that everywhere. And you see, it just looks hydrated, it looks illuminated. I mean, and I'm like a grease ball right now, but with a skin being extremely sensitive, like I naturally have pink in my skin, but it's comfortable, it's nourished, it's hydrated. I'm not gonna put it on the second, we'll put it on right at the end, but we're finishing with the lip balm. Of course we are finishing with the lip balm. Lip balm for me during winter is a morning, noon, and night situation. Come spring, summer, I do a big amount at night, let it set, I wake up, my lips are hydrated, they are plumped, I need it once a day. It's a 0.5 fluid ounce or 15 ml tube. If you're just applying it once, and we made this to stay. If you've tried this, you know this baby stays. A little goes a long way. This tube will last and last and last. It's so protective. It's fabulous. I was late, didn't get the notification. Yeah, I don't even know how the notifications work on here. Cleansing on camera is a fiasco for everyone, but Caroline, no lie. No, it's true. I have now seen, though, Caroline's setup, so I get why it's not a fiasco. And I do feel like if I was doing this, which I never did this, in our Seattle place, it would have been a much easier experience. Here, it just is a disaster. Yes, and being older than you, it is for my raisin face. Love your Tuesday talks with the stuff you got in Italy. We have family near Milan, so I totally plan on stocking up on sunscreen when I'm there again. Lisa, you thank you, and you must. I have I have a lot of American sunscreens that I do like, and it's nothing about the formula, it is about the filters that they are able to use in Australia, in Europe, in Japan, in Korea. And for the price and the ease of getting it and the fact that I'm always in Europe, people always say, like, why don't you do the Australian sunscreens? Why don't you do the Japanese? Why don't you do it's just for me, we manufacture in Italy. We are frequently in Italy or in the UK, so those sunscreens come back with me. They are affordable. They work for my face. Maslow's hierarchy of skincare, sunscreen is number one. Exactly. Right? Ceramides are, and not everybody, I feel like anybody can, this is another thing. People be like, you talk so much about ceramides and you love ceramides and your skin looks great with ceramides. My skin, I think, is breaking out from ceramides. It's absolutely possible that your skin can react to anything from aloe to glycerin to ceramides to acids to retinols. That's why these very black and white, like, you need a retinol in your routine. Do you? I don't know if you do. Like, I get what people are going, but then those soundbite moments, they don't translate and it doesn't get the right information out. I'm living on Round Lab and Anua right now. Wait, what is that, Lexi? My stepson goes to university in Sweden. I had him bring a few of the UV Mune. He's my drug mule for sunscreen. You were very lucky. Yes, brilliant, Lisa, I agree. Okay, so I know, like I said, July 3rd, it's a weird, I always forget. Like, I was going to do this July 4th, and I was like, I shouldn't do July 4th because it is July 4th, and if we're doing it at night, people are going to be getting ready for fireworks or maybe watching a movie or whatever in the States. So I thought, let's do July 3rd, not realizing July 3rd also can be a very big travel day for a lot of people, and I think it is. But this will be saved 25% off all skincare. So that excludes fragrance, gift cards, and you can't, because of the sale being so big, you can't stack rewards or other discounts with it. There's no code necessary. It is easy peasy. You will see the full price on the product page. Just add it to your cart, and then you'll see the 25% automatically come off. That is work. That works for all countries we can ship to. So it is a sale on jordansamuelskin.com that works for all countries we can ship to. Separately, if you are Canadian and listening to this, we still absorb the 25% tariffs. So if you're concerned about getting an extra charge, we are covering the 25% tariffs. So we're covering the 25% tariffs, and you're getting 25% off. And if you reach a certain threshold internationally, it differs country to country, but there's also free shipping. And if you've experienced our international shipping, it is extremely quick. People in the UK get their products in 2 days, Canada 2 days, Australia 5 to 6 days. Fully traceable, trackable. Most countries you pay customs up front. Some countries you have the choice, and it will tell you, it'll say that you're either gonna owe this much on delivery or you can pay it now. And it's not a lottery. You will have to pay that much on delivery. It's just easier to pay it up front. And then if your country does not allow paying up front, it tells you. It will say you were going to owe this much, but you can't pay up front. And there's very few countries like that. Most you pay up front. There was something else I was gonna say about the sale. No, I think I got everything. The Canadian, international, shipping. I think I got it. It goes through Monday. So it basically ends at Monday, July 7th at 11:59 p.m. Pacific, which is 2:59 a.m. on the 8th of July. So you have all day Monday to shop. So what's today? Thursday. So you sell Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. 4 full days to shop, 25% off all skincare. As you know, the summer sale and our holiday sale around Black Friday are our two largest, longest, site-wide, for the most part, minus fragrance, sales of the year. So this is time to stock up. But also because we have other sales, you don't need to go, I know, terrible business, but you don't need to go crazy. And I don't want people to go crazy. I don't want you to have so much stock where you're checking your expiration dates, etc., right? Smart shopping, shopping with confidence, doing exactly what you need. Which is why I wanted this routine tonight, because I'm gonna put out the eye gel just for now, because this really is, and maybe I feel like we should make this a kit. These are my life, I would call this my life-saving kit. When my skin goes off, or when I know, like when I did Caroline's tour, 2 weeks before, the entire time I was there, it was just this and SPF, nothing else. Matinee cream cleanser, antioxidant treatment emulsion, moisture recovery cream, SPF. Morning, noon, and night. It keeps the barrier happy and healthy, keeps my skin moisturized, it keeps it resilient. For me, these products, obviously, if you're somebody who's oily rich, you're not gonna be on moisture recovery cream, but those are my bread and butter. Lexi, I do day and night. I've become the person that, and you can, an antioxidant, there is nothing, unless you are somebody who is sensitive to something in it, you can absolutely use AOX day and night. And for me, I just love it. I love it for the barrier repair, not really repair, just barrier support aspect. I love it for evening tone. I love it for helping with sensitivity. It's just that extra nourishment underneath the skin. And it does not matter, Lexi, and it does not matter either if you prefer day or night. Some people love this, but they have their vitamin C and they're like, you know what, I actually prefer using vitamin C during the day, and then they use AOX at night. AOX under sunscreen, chef's kiss, exactly. Those are my, oh, see, Lexi, I know, I talk about the barrier aspect, sir, yes. So, we'll talk about that in 1 second. But, Lexi, I know that these are your jam, but I'm telling you, these are, I know they're my babies, but I've started to pick favorites. Of course, I'm gonna have favorites that work for my skin. But, so antioxidant. So you have your bread and butter antioxidants in here. The 3% niacinamide, the resveratrol, the astaxanthin, and fermented brown rice. They're gonna help to hydrate the skin. They're gonna help to even the tone of the skin. They can help with pink and redness in certain skin tones. And they also can help, obviously, with environmental stress and damage, etc., and help with very light pigmentation in the skin. Not going to replace a kojic acid, an alpha-arbutin, or a very high L-ascorbic acid, but that's not the point. Then you have the redness peptide in here, which is gonna help bind water, hydrate the skin, but also help to take down visible pink and red in certain skin tones. But it's the L22 ingredient. And so the L22 is the trade name for, so it's a combination of ingredients. The marketing material on it is sort of hysterical because it is meant to mimic a healthy lipid layer of a 22-year-old skin. I do not know what the hell that means or is, or I don't think my skin was great at 22 actually, so like, okay. But that is, to me, one of the magic, powerful players in here. It's going to help to reduce transepidermal water loss. It's gonna help to keep the barrier nice and happy and healthy. Again, think of it like your skin might be like this. If your barrier is a little, you know, water's getting through, bacteria, irritation is getting in, and then you have this L22 ingredient that's creating that happy, healthy lipid layer. Trapping water in, not overly nourishing or putting this thick net on the skin. It just is amazing for barrier health, and then pairing it with a ceramide, like ceramide NG and moisture recovery cream, is truly chef's kiss. Also, and we don't need to get neurotic, because I feel like people went, you know, we were here doing the acids and retinols, then we went here with the barrier health. we can meet in the middle. And it's more just about treating the skin, everything in moderation, including moderation, right? That has to be the motto. But when that barrier is healthy, skin tone is even. And as Shireen Idris always says, one of the best things for helping to look more youthful, more vibrant is an even tone. So whether that's taking pink and redness down, taking blotchiness down, taking hypo or hyperpigmentation down. So using something that is helping take down irritation, blotchiness, pink and red in certain skin tones from a irritated or compromised barrier is going to already get you extra bonus points. And that is what we have in this baby here. And it's also a 50 mil. It is a meaty size. Most serums are 30 mil. This is 50 mil. It's almost double the size. Matinee Cream Cleanser is perfect. I can use it all year round. I use it in the morning after the after-show sensitive at night. It's the bomb of cleansers. Lisa, that makes me so happy. I feel like Matinee Cream Cleanser is really like those who know, and those who get it. Matinee Gel, after-show sensitive, those are our number 1 and number 3, number 1 and number 2. It depends on the time of year, etc. Bestsellers. People get it. I, of course, love those cleansers. This does not take those top spots, but this, to me, like, if you get it, you get it. But they also won't piss off your skin. Exactly. 22, your skin is not lacking lipids. That is true. I just feel like my skin might not have been lacking lipids, but it was not great. Mine, however, can go straight sheet of paper dry, which doesn't help for water loss. Exactly. Huge bargain. It's Goldilocks MCC. It is. I will be saving this, as always. I am going to go get a little snack, watch some TV. I hope if you were in the States, you have a happy, healthy, safe 4th of July with everything going on in this world and country. But I hope you enjoy it with family and friends or by yourself or whatever you are doing. We are laying low. We are being very casual before I take off next week. But thank y'all for being here and watching. I know I say this, I need to shut up and just do it. I need to do more YouTube lives. I actually enjoy this setup. I like the darkness, I like the lights, I like the timing. But I'll be putting this up. I'll share it on Instagram as well with a link. So if you want to find it there, you can find it there as well. But thank you, thank you, thank you. Happy, oh, hiding the dogs. Exactly, take care of those pets. Which we are 1 block from the East River and they have not, I think it's been 2 or 3 years. They've been doing the fireworks on the Hudson River, so we don't hear it here. They're back on the East River this year. So we might be on protective duty with the cats as well. Oh God. But yes, enjoy, lay low, be happy, be healthy, be safe, be happy, be happy. But I will be saving this, and thank you so much. And again, sale through July 7th, 25% off all skincare, no code needed at jordansamuelskin.com. Thank you, and have a lovely night. Bye. Where do I turn this off? I don't, everything.